Caster Semenya's fight against the World Athletics Association continues today in Switzerland. The Olympic champion is fighting to have the IAAF drop proposed regulations on testosterone levels in female athletes. It wants women with high testosterone levels to undergo hormone therapy. For more on this, we're joined by reporter Hloni Mtimkulu. She's at the Masehlong, a village near Polokwane where Caster Semenya grew up. Hloni, good morning to you. So, while Caster fights this battle in Switzerland, that's kilometers away from South Africa, how's her home village feeling about this?
Well, thousands and thousands of kilometers away from Switzerland, we are at the Ntema Secondary School, Senior Secondary School, where Caster Semenya did some of her schooling. It's very quiet out here. We've just arrived, so we're yet to talk to the community members to find out what they feel and what their feelings are on what is happening in Lausanne at the Court of Arbitration for Sport. But I think given the mood that's been happening in the country over the past few days, there should be support for her. And I mean, she's always been a favorite here. She's done community outreach projects here, which have always proved popular. And obviously, she is the darling of the village, because this is not the only village where she grew up. She went to school here, but she was raised by her grandmother in a village that's one village away from here. So we're hoping that we'll be able to get to that as well, to see more of the people and more of the area where she grew up.
Hloni, surely the community must be worried about Caster's running career coming to a screeching halt if these regulations do come into force. The community can't be happy about this.
Yeah, I imagine they're not happy. As I said, just the mood in the country in general is one of not being happy, one of feeling that she is being specifically targeted with these new regulations that are set to come into effect next month. So I imagine that when we do hear from more of the community, we're hoping to speak to some of the teachers at the school, maybe the principal as well, and possibly even some of the learners here, just to see if they also know what is happening, if they know who was at their school a few years ago, like the grounds that they share the school with, just to hear what they have to say about that as well.
Well, Hloni, just give us an update if you have any new information on what is happening in Switzerland. I know you're very close to this story. So she appeared at that particular court of arbitration in Switzerland yesterday. What came out of that, or are proceedings still ongoing?
Yeah, so proceedings are ongoing. They started yesterday. They will continue until the end of the week. We know that yesterday in the morning, the IAAF released a statement giving the expert witnesses that are set to testify on their behalf on the matter, and even some of the academic research on this issue. And we know that afterwards, Norton Rose Fulbright, Caster Semenya's lawyers, took exception to this, and Caster herself took exception to this, and they released a statement just sort of calling out what had been done before. We are expecting another statement today from Norton Rose, just saying who they will be speaking on their behalf at the Court of Arbitration for Sport. So we don't really know what's happening yet. Nothing has come out. It's a very private hearing, and that's what Cass has said, that it should remain quiet. And so we'll hopefully know more at the end of the hearings and possibly even next month. Obviously, because a verdict has to come out quickly, because the athletic season has already started, and Caster Semenya's athletic season and athletics career hinges on this decision, and it is a world champs year as well. So there's a lot that's riding on this decision and all that's happening in Switzerland at the moment. All
right, Hloni Mtimkulu will catch up with you a little later. She is in the village where Caster Semenya grew up in Limpopo. And of course, you'll know also that government is fully behind Caster Semenya, with the Minister of Sports coming out on Friday saying that there will be a campaign to try and support the South African champion.